After being scolded out of the industry, I impulsively married a wealthy country bumpkin. The man was rough, rustic, and clumsy with words, only knowing how to buy gold to cheer me up. I was mocked online as the campus beauty turned village flower. In a fit of anger, I threw caution to the wind and started a live stream, a day in the life of a faded star who married into the countryside, killing chickens, chasing dogs, farming, driving a tractor. Suddenly went viral overnight. Seriously, sis, are you this versatile? No. How did Suji find such a niche track? Sister G, don't overwork yourself, but also don't take a break, okay? Please update furiously. You're my digital side dish now. On the day of her wedding to the Liu family estate, the sound of gongs and drums filled the air, firecrackers popped, and the crowd was immense. I heard Qing Xiao married a young lady from a big city. Oh my, looks just like a celebrity on TV. So handsome, indeed, such fair and delicate skin, clearly not from working the fields like us. What's the use of being good-looking, thin as a praying mantis, probably can't even lift a hoe? When it comes to marrying, you still need someone capable. A group of old ladies, hands tucked in their sleeves, cracking sunflower seeds, their spit flying everywhere. I looked up and saw the large red double happiness characters posted all around the courtyard. Beneath my feet was a cheap red carpet, and my high heels felt unsteady on it. The person beside me quickly grabbed my hand, his voice rough and gruff. Be careful. A glance revealed that the man was even taller than me by a head, with honey-colored skin, sharp features, and a cold, hard expression. His black trousers looked like they were cropped at the ankle, paired with a white shirt and a red tie, giving him the appearance of a real estate agent. So uncool. In that instant, I felt so wrong that I wanted to cry. Just a few days ago, I was a radiant star, but now I've become an unknown village woman in the countryside. I despise this rustic wedding, and I despise the utterly tacky man beside me even more. I shook off his hand in disgust. After taking just 2 steps, a sudden commotion of chickens squawking and geese honking erupted. I took a closer look. Haha was chasing chickens, ducks, and geese all over the yard. Haha is my dowry dog, a stupid and fat husky. At this moment, feathers were flying all over the yard, and I was stunned. Haha, what are you doing? I tried to run over to stop it, but the leader of the geese suddenly flew towards me. It came right at my leg to twist me. I was so scared that I let out a yelp and jumped onto Liu Qingxiao. Liu Qingxiao. It pecked me. I was terrified. I held tightly to his neck, his arms supporting me, his voice low. Don't be afraid. All I heard was a miserable goose cry from behind. You blind thing. Liu Qingxiao's mother grabbed the goose, twisted its neck, and it died instantly. Don't be afraid, Gigi, it's okay now. Saying this, she grabbed a kitchen knife from the kitchen and slit its throat. I'll stew a big goose for you tonight. The whole scene made my scalp tingle. How could it be so barbaric? Haha had a chicken feather in his mouth, wagging his tail and looking up at me, showing off his spoils. Let me go. I struggled to get out of Liu Qingxiao's embrace and scolded haha, be good, but it looked at me innocently and kept jumping on me. Liu Qing grabbed Haha's collar and threatened it. If you keep showing off, I'll stew you. Remembering the goose that had just met a tragic end, I glared at him. Liu Qingxiao, don't bully my dog. Liu Qingxiao glanced at me, the corner of his mouth curling into a smile. I was just teasing it. I didn't want to talk to him, so I turned around and went into the house. The room also exuded a strong rural style, with a set of bright red bedding embroidered with golden mandarin ducks. Midway, Liu Qingxiao and his mother came in to call me for dinner, saying the stewed goose was ready. Recalling the bloody scene from earlier, I instantly lost my appetite and used fatigue as an excuse not to go out. I curled up at the head of the bed, opened my phone, and saw Han Wei and Su Ying's official announcement trending on the hot search list, followed by the 99+ messages of abuse in my private messages. Tears instantly fell. Betrayed by a close friend, betrayed by a boyfriend, cursed by the entire internet until I had to leave the industry, and arranged by my family to marry into this godforsaken place. For a moment, it felt as if the whole world had turned gray and bleak. Suji, have some food. Liu Qingxiao's voice sounded at the door, tinged with a hint of caution. I'm not eating. I turned around, wiping away my tears with my back to him. After a few minutes of silence behind me, he managed to squeeze out a sentence. You, don't be unhappy. I sniffled and ignored him. Can't even comfort someone. What kind of person did I marry then? Another long silence. After a long while, a voice sounded from behind. If you marry me, I will definitely treat you well. I turned my head angrily, looking at the glaring red tie around his neck and the ridiculous trousers on his legs. Liu Qingxiao, can you change out of these clothes? He was taken aback for a moment. Alright. He also pointed to the food on the table. You should eat something. He turned and went to the bathroom. And soon the sound of water could be heard, likely taking a shower. I sat on the bed in a daze, the aroma of the food wafting into my nose. I swallowed hard, my stomach growling twice. I held my chopsticks hesitantly for a long time. The goose that was lively and jumping around not long ago had now become a dish in a bowl. I cautiously took a small bite. My goodness, why does it smell so good? Before, I didn't dare eat at night to maintain my figure, and during the day, it was just a few pitiful leaves of vegetables. Now I no longer have to suffer like that. I want to eat the goose meat is tender and falls off the bone, paired with crispy corn cake soaked in savory broth. Damn, what kind of heavenly delight is this? When Lu Qingxiao came out and caught sight of the pile of bones on the table, the corner of his mouth lifted slightly. Have you had enough? I felt a bit awkward. I'm full. He wiped his hair and came over to clear the table. Just out of the shower, his hair still slightly damp. He exuded the simple scent of soap. He was only wearing a pair of shorts, his upper body's firm lines fully exposed, with noticeable yet not exaggerated muscles. A few drops of water on his chest slowly slid down along the lines of his muscles, disappearing into the edge of his shorts. Broad shoulders and a narrow waist, the coveted V-shaped physique that countless male entertainers dream of. Lu Qingxiao really does look better with his clothes off, I thought to myself. I couldn't help but steal a few more glances. Suddenly, a few words from the novel popped into my mind. Washboard abs, rugged man, spoiled by the waist. My face flushed hot, and I suddenly met his gaze. Why is your face so red? I instantly wanted to curl my toes in embarrassment. I'm going to wash up. I rushed nervously to the bathroom. The water vapor poured down, soaking my body, and I couldn't help but recall Lu Qingxiao's appearance just now on our wedding night. Now that we are legally married, should we? I feel quite uneasy, but we got married quickly, and we don't know each other well. I'd been in the entertainment industry for years with a lot of scandals. My father got so angry that he gave me a year to make a name for myself, or else I'd have to go home and get married. As a result, this year I only got more unpopular, and I was directly criticized to the point of leaving the industry. Lu Qingxiao is my father's student, a graduate from a prestigious university who returned to the countryside to farm after graduation. I heard he made a lot of money, but people in the circle all talk behind his back, calling him a mud-legged peasant or a country bumpkin tycoon. But my father says he hasn't forgotten his roots, is honest and reliable, and is the most trustworthy person to entrust one's life to. But I prefer someone gentle and refined, not someone as rustic and rough as Lu Qingxiao. I couldn't help but feel another wave of grievance when I pushed the door open and came out. Lu Qingxiao was sitting by the bedside, studying a red gift bag in his hands. What are you looking at? I thought it was a wedding gift someone had given him. He turned to face me, calmly explaining, it was given when we got our marriage certificate. I looked inside and was surprised to find several boxes of folic acid and contraceptives. My face turned red instantly, and I hurriedly wrapped myself tightly in the blanket. I'm sleepy, going to sleep. He seemed to let out a soft chuckle. After a while, the sound of rustling and unpacking came from behind. Suddenly, someone wrapped their arms around my waist from behind, and then a large hand pressed against the back of my head, followed by a warm sensation on my lips. Although I've seen quite a bit in the entertainment industry, I'm still a novice. My heart is racing now, and my mind is a chaotic mess. Lu Qingxiao, can you be gentler? I was pinned beneath him, his kisses gradually shifting from gentle to forceful, my hands pressed against his chest, my breathing uneven. Okay. His voice was hoarse. He tore open the small packet, and I closed my eyes, blushing. Anyway, it's inevitable after a long time. Gigi, I can't put it on. His voice was restrained. Breathing heavily, I quietly opened my eyes and glanced around, my heart skipping a beat. Don't you know your own size? The gift packages sent out were all one size fits all. Go to sleep already. I quickly pulled the blanket over myself, the scene I had just witnessed still replaying in my mind. It would hurt to death, wouldn't it? He actually leaned in closer, his hands starting to get restless. What are you doing? What honesty and decency? He's clearly acting like a scoundrel. Lu Qingxiao, no, I don't want to get pregnant. I struggled. I'll go buy a new box. Saying this, he got out of bed, ready to grab his car keys. Lu Qingxiao, come back. I stopped him, incredulous. Are you crazy? In the middle of the night? I want to sleep. Don't want to come. He lowered his eyelids. Feeling somewhat defeated, I pulled the blanket up to cover half of my red face and whispered softly, we'll do it tomorrow. He turned me around, held me tightly, his voice hoarse, alright, we'll wait until tomorrow. Blushing, I tried to break free from him and complained, why are you so hard all over? The bed is hard too, it's uncomfortable to sleep on. That night, I didn't sleep very soundly. The chest felt scorching hot, and the breathing by the ear was equally searing. The sky had just begun to lighten when a series of rooster crows suddenly rang out. Morning grumpiness instantly erupted. Where did Lu Qingxiao get a rooster from? So annoying, I complained, burying myself under the blanket. I'll go take a look. He quickly got out of bed. Within a couple of minutes, he returned. The rooster's crowing had vanished. Where's the chicken? I mumbled drowsily. He pulled me into his arms, his voice calm and hoarse. Killed, killed, killed. Waking up naturally, there was no one beside me anymore. In the yard, Lu Qingxiao's mother was plucking a chicken. Gigi is up. Qingxiao has gone to the fields. It's the autumn harvest season now, so he's very busy. He killed a big rooster this morning, saying he wanted to nourish your health. Mom will stew it for you too in a bit. I glanced at the chicken feathers scattered all over the floor and silently repented in my heart. Around noon, Lu Qingxiao returned. He was holding a jewelry store shopping bag in his hand and handed it to me with an expectant look on his face. Brotherly said that whenever his wife is in a bad mood, buying a gold bracelet always cheers her up. I opened the packaging bag, and inside, neatly arranged, were 6 large gold bracelets, gleaming with a brilliant golden light. No wonder people call him a nouveau riche. Lu Qingxiao, why did you buy so many? I'm not Neza. I was both amused and exasperated. I didn't know what style you'd like, he explained, then pulled my hand again and said, Gigi, don't be unhappy. It's always this line, he really doesn't know how to comfort someone. I sighed helplessly. I ordered a mattress, and it will be delivered this afternoon. You won't feel uncomfortable when you sleep. He pinched my fingers gently, his tone carrying a hint of appeasement. I responded with a nonchalant hum. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed he was still holding a transparent bag filled to the brim. What's in that bag of yours? I asked him curiously. He hesitated. Holding back his words, he simply reached out and handed the bag to me. I took a look and was completely stunned. A full bag of XL001. Are you crazy buying so many? Buying in bulk is cheaper, he calmly explained. I am speechless. How does he manage to do it without blushing or skipping a beat? In the afternoon, 2 people came to deliver a mattress. A young couple. The girl wore a beige dress and had a sweet appearance, while the boy sported an exaggerated streetwear t-shirt and dyed yellow hair. As soon as I entered the door, I heard his shout, sister-in-law, the mattress brother Xiao bought for you has arrived. Lu Qingxiao's mother also hurried out upon hearing the commotion. Thank you for your hard work, Da Huang. Please sit down and have some water before you leave. As he spoke, he introduced me. Gigi, this is Da Huang. He grew up with Qingxiao. I nodded and greeted him. The other person gulped down a large glass of water and wiped the sweat from his face. Sister-in-law, brother Xiao has been busy with the autumn harvest lately. If you need anything, just say the word, I'll be at your service. He also pointed to the girl and introduced her to me. This is Xiao Jia, Xiao Ji's assistant. You can also instruct her if you need anything. The girl greeted with a smile. Sister-in-law, please add me on WeChat. Just contact me if you need anything. He took out his phone and added me on WeChat, then exclaimed, sister-in-law is so beautiful. She looks just like a celebrity, but I can't remember her name. Hey Da Huang, don't you think so? I think sister-in-law is even more beautiful than the celebrities on TV. The yellow-haired guy chuckled. Jiaoying nodded in agreement. That's right, brother Xiao really cares about his wife. He had a mattress shipped from the city, costing over 20,000 yuan. As soon as the words were spoken, Lu Qingxiao's mother was shocked. How much did you say? 20,000. A mattress selling for 20,000. Jiaoying explained with a smile. Yes, auntie. Xiao Gu wanted the best one from the store. It costs 25,000 yuan. Goodness me, how much is a bed anyway? How can a mattress be so expensive? The yellow-haired man waved it off casually. Auntie, Xiao Gu has plenty of money. This is nothing to him. Even if he has money, he shouldn't spend it like this. His money is hard-earned. Oh my god, how will we live from now on? Lu Qingxiao's mother muttered to herself, her face filled with worry. She felt as though she had become the wasteful daughter-in-law who spent her son's money. A sudden sense of discomfort washed over her. Before dinner, Lu Qingxiao returned. As soon as he stepped in, his mother grabbed him, as if ready to interrogate him. Today, Xiao Jia said you spent over 20,000 yuan on a mattress for Gigi. Lu Qingxiao washed his face in the yard, showing no reaction. Well, what's wrong? His mother was so anxious that she stomped her feet. Oh dear, have you been scammed? How can a mattress cost so much? I bought it from a specialty store in the city. It can't be fake, the one you used before, which only cost a few hundred yuan, wasn't it pretty good? Gigi doesn't sleep comfortably, so let's get her a better one, he explained. Oh dear, a mattress is so expensive, how are we going to manage our finances in the future? His mother sighed and turned to go back into the house. Not long after, she came out, holding a small cloth package. These cards and the passbook are all the money I've saved myself. About 200,000 yuan, take it for Gigi's expenses. She's been living a different life since she was young, used to having the best of everything. Don't let her feel wronged with us. What if she doesn't stay with you later? Lu Qingxiao found it a bit amusing. Mom, just spend the money I give you. Can't I afford to support my own wife? Listening to their conversation, I felt a warm sensation in my heart. I had expected to face a chaotic and tumultuous relationship with my mother-in-law, but never thought she would be so reasonable. I picked out the gold bracelet Lu Qingxiao had bought and chose one with a floral pattern. Mom, I bought this especially for you. At the moment, there's nothing suitable, so I can only borrow a flower to offer to Buddha. With that one word Mom, her mother-in-law was instantly so moved she became tongue-tied. Oh, Gigi, what are you doing? Don't spend money on me. I slipped it directly onto her wrist. It's a token of my affection. And it looks really nice on you. Oh, just keep it for yourself. It's not convenient for me to wear this while working, and I'd be heartbroken if it got scratched or damaged. I gently pulled her hand and said with a smile, it's okay, if it's broken, I'll buy you a new one. The mother-in-law was so happy that tears welled up in her eyes. Oh my, Qingxiao, being able to marry you is truly a blessing from our ancestors. I will definitely treat you like my own daughter. When Qingxiao was in school, our family was so poor we couldn't even afford to eat. If it weren't for Professor Su, he wouldn't have achieved what he has today. I often hear Qingxiao talk about you and your father. I was a bit curious. He still mentioned me. I only remember that my father had many students, many of whom were excellent. During holidays, many students would visit our home, but only Lu Qingxiao, often wearing an old, faded black t-shirt, would frequently be found alone in our backyard helping my mother plant flowers and vegetables while the other students gathered to engage in lively discussions. He is a solitary person, not fond of talking, and I rarely have any exchanges with him, so, when I heard my mother-in-law say that he had actually mentioned me, I was quite curious. What did he say about me? Oh, he said that the little junior sister from the mentor's family scored so low in 3 subjects that her total wasn't even as high as his father's blood pressure. I was speechless. I really shouldn't have asked. They said the little girl was pretty from a young age, didn't like studying, and insisted on becoming a big star when she grew up. Later, Mom often saw you on TV. The mistress character you played was really hateful. I was speechless. That suing spread rumors about you. Mom went to curse her every day. A clear conscience fears no accusation. The truth will come out eventually. Just stay here peacefully. People in the village don't follow entertainment news, so no one will know about you. If you don't get used to it, let Qingxiao accompany you to your parents' house in a while. Once my mother-in-law started talking, she couldn't seem to stop. Seeing this, Lu Qingxiao, who was cooking nearby, reminded her, Mom, it's time to eat. A stew made from our own cast-iron pot, featuring a large rooster, dried beans, and hazelnuts, with a ring of golden brown flatbreads around the edge of the pot. It really smells so good. Gigi, if you like it, we'll kill another one for you tomorrow. The mother-in-law kept piling food onto my plate and mixed some chicken with rice, scooping large spoonfuls to feed to Haha. Oh, my dear, you're really eating well. Have a few more bites. Haha wagged its tail and happily wiggled its hips. This big, chubby darling, so obedient and adorable. She seems to watch me and Haha eating heartily, happier than if she were eating herself. Mom, Haha is already overweight. He can't eat too much. I reminded her. Where is he fat? Not at all. And you, Gigi, you're too thin. You need to eat more to be healthy. I covered my bowl and shook my head repeatedly. No way, I've eaten too much meat these past few days. I must have gained several pounds. I've been too indulgent these days. I need to exercise to burn off some calories. Lu Qingxiao quickly finished the rice in his bowl and responded with a sound, go to sleep after eating. I was a bit puzzled. What does exercise have to do with sleep? His mother also chided him. What time is it to be going to bed? You young people sleep earlier than us old folks. I'm tired, he replied casually. Oh, you child, why are you in such a hurry to sleep tonight? His mother muttered. For some reason, I suddenly thought of that large bag cover today. After entering the room, Lu Qingxiao took off his t-shirt with one hand. He was already big and burly, and after years of laboring in the fields, he had a solid build of muscles to look good on camera. Female celebrities are all very slim. Standing in front of him, I felt like a fragile bean sprout. It feels like he could slap me to death with one hand. He turned around and went to the wardrobe to grab a pair of shorts. I'm going to take a shower. I blushed and hummed in agreement. I opened the wardrobe, ready to find a set of pajamas. My gaze fell on the corner where he hung his clothes, all in dark, dirt-resistant tones. There were pitifully few clothes, mostly from unknown brands, and not many new ones. He showered quickly, and every time he came out, it felt like his gaze was stuck on me. I held my pajamas and cleared my throat softly. I'm going to take a shower too. His voice sounded a bit hoarse when I pushed the door open. After showering, I kept my head down and accidentally bumped into his chest muscles. My nose instantly stung, and I couldn't help but complain. Lu Qingxiao, why is every part of you so hard? With one arm wrapped around my waist and the other gently rubbing my nose, he was uncharacteristically tender. His upper body was bare, his chest radiating warmth. I looked up and met his intense gaze, my eyes trembling as if something had ignited in the air. His hand tightened, and he leaned down to kiss me. I was left breathless from the kiss. Lu Qingxiao, wait, I need to put on a face mask. Even if the sky were falling, a female celebrity would still have to follow a meticulous skincare routine before bed, especially these past couple of days. I felt my skin getting a bit dry. He obediently let go of me. Lu Qingxiao, is the climate here not very good? I asked him, then found another sheet mask and applied it to my face. Yeah, it gets drier and colder in autumn and winter, with more wind and sand. The person in the mirror was several shades darker than me. I leaned in to take a closer look at his face. You work in the fields every day, your skin is too dehydrated, you should put one on too. He frowned and dodged. No need, what would a big man like me do with a face mask? Prolonged exposure to sunlight can cause skin spots and severe dehydration. I educated him, but it was strange. Apart from being darker than me, his skin had no blemishes at all. It's just not fair. He still refused. No need, I don't make a living with my face. I huffed out a breath. Come here. Seeing my attitude was off, he immediately shut up and leaned his face over. Close your eyes. He obediently closed his eyes, and I applied the face mask to his face. The two of them lay side by side on the bed. The newly replaced mattress was very comfortable. The custom-made mattress will take some time, so I bought this one for now. You'll have to make do with it for a while. Lu Qingxiao turned his face to look at me. Oh, this one is already quite good. There's no need to buy a custom-made one. It's too expensive, and you don't earn money easily. I quickly waved my hands. That custom-made mattress worth hundreds of thousands. If my mother-in-law found out, she'd go crazy. I don't have any expenses. If you need anything, just tell Xiao Jia or Da Huang to buy it. After saying that, he added, buy the best one. I was speechless. In the late autumn season, I felt a bit cold even in my long-sleeved pajamas. Turning my head, I saw him still wearing only shorts, bare-chested. Good-looking as he is, does he really need to show off every day? Lu Qingxiao, go put on some pajamas. He paused. I don't have any pajamas. Do you always sleep like this? I asked, puzzled. Yeah, all year round. No. Aren't you cold? Not at all. Do we live in the same season? I reached out unbelievably to touch his chest, and his skin was scorching hot, like a little furnace. How strange. I touched down again and found it was still warm. Curiosity grew, and my mind heated up, my hand unconsciously reaching down further. Just as I was about to touch a place I shouldn't, I suddenly realized something was wrong. My hand was suddenly caught, and he called my name in a low voice. Gigi, ah. He pointed to the face mask on his own face. How long does this thing need to stay on? It's almost done. Patiently enduring until the time was up, he removed the mask and hastily washed his face. Just as I finished washing my face, he pressed me against the sink and kissed me. Lu Qingxiao, no, I still need to apply skincare products. He gritted his teeth and let go of me. I was fiddling with my bottles and jars in front of the mirror, while he watched with interest from behind me. I explained to this straight-as-an-arrow guy, this is toner, you apply it first. This is eye cream, it goes around the eyes. This is face cream, as the name suggests, it's for the face. Got it. He nodded repeatedly. This is lotion. He frowned in confusion. Do you need to apply oil to your chest too? I was speechless. Ah, no, It's also for applying to the face. He wrapped his long arms around me, his voice carrying a hint of coaxing. I was wrong. I'll definitely study hard from now on. He lowered his head, his breath scorching. I pressed my hands against his chest. Lu Qingxiao, you can't kiss my face. Why not? The skincare products will be kissed off, and I'll have to wash my face and apply them again, which is very troublesome. He frowned slightly. Did you put something on your lips? I put on lipstick. Suddenly, he picked her up horizontally, his voice laced with a low chuckle. I'll help you apply it in a bit. The belated wedding night seemed to flow naturally. He was a bit clumsy, yet with a hint of dominance at first. He was considerate of my feelings and showed tenderness later. I gradually began to doubt life. Lu Qingxiao, you liar, you promised it would be the last time. This time it really is the last time. I'm not lying. He was strong, and I couldn't break free. Biting him, he seemed to feel no pain. What honesty and decency. He's nothing but a scoundrel and beast. I can't remember when I fell asleep. I was so tired and exhausted. All I know is that he carried me to clean up and made me drink a large glass of water early the next morning. While I was still sound asleep, I heard my mother-in-law shouting in the courtyard. Oh, my dear, don't run, come back quickly. I groggily opened my eyes, only to find the spot beside me already empty. What is this man made of? He kept me up so late last night, yet he still got up early today to work in the fields. I shuffled my slippers as I headed into the courtyard. Mom, what's wrong? I yawned sleepily. Oh, Gigi, haha, ran off. I couldn't hold it back. It's just too strong. My mother-in-law was hopping anxiously. I ran outside without even changing out of my pajamas and slippers. Haha, darted off so quickly that the dog was out of sight as soon as we went out the door. My mother-in-law and I split up to search in different directions. I stayed up too late last night, and now even walking feels uncomfortable. Haha, haha. I forced myself to endure the discomfort and searched all the way, passing by the village gossip hub. A group of elderly women immediately fixed their curious gazes on me. I had no mind to pay attention to them. I was only in a hurry to find the dog. Haha, haha. Someone, not sure who, asked, "Oh, Qingxiao's wife, what happened to make you so happy?" It took me a few seconds to react. Not auntie, my dog is called Haha. It just ran out. Have you seen a husky? The few people shook their heads. We haven't seen it. Just saw a pig with dog fur running past here. That's my dog. Which way did it go, ma'am? A few people pointed for me. It went towards the north end of the village. Oh, with your small build, you won't catch up to it. Don't worry, we're free, we'll help you look for it. As she spoke, an elderly woman quickly stood up. Right, I'll go to the village committee and give you a shout. With that, a group of people set off in a grand procession. The village loudspeaker blared with a clear, resonant sound. Attention villagers, Qingxiao's dog is missing. It's a black and white spotted dog. Looks almost like a pig, named Haloki. Everyone, if you're free, please help look for it. The dog's name is Haha. Like the sound of laughter, the call was immediately answered, and within minutes, the village was bustling with activity. Haha, haha. As I rushed to find the dog, Huang Mao and Jiaoying also arrived. Don't worry, sister-in-law, someone posted in the Luzhuang village group. Is this the dog in the video? I saw Haha wagging its tail and shaking its head among a group of local dogs, while the other dogs looked at the city-born neutered dog with expressions of utter bewilderment. Yes, that's Haha. It's already run off to the edge of the village, quite far from here. The blonde guy rode a small motorcycle and quickly called out to me, "Sister-in-law, with your slender arms and legs, you can't run fast. Hurry up, I'll give you a ride." I rode on the back of the blonde guy's small motorcycle, and after a chaotic rush, we finally managed to get Haha back home. I was so angry that I wanted to give it a good beating. It scurried behind its grandmother, letting out a series of plaintive cries. Oh, Gigi, the child knows it's wrong. Calm down and don't hit him. It was still rubbing against grandma, whining pitifully. I pointed at it angrily and scolded it harshly, relying on someone speaking well of it. I couldn't bring myself to lose my temper again. My mother-in-law brought over a fresh plate of grapes she had washed. Gigi, try these grapes freshly picked from our garden. Qingxiao mentioned you like grapes. Right, I didn't expect him to still remember many years ago, when he was helping my mom plant flowers in our garden. I excitedly ran over to him. I handed him the seeds I had just spit out after eating grapes from my palm. Brother, do you know how to grow grapes? Can you help me plant one? He took it, smiled, and agreed. Alright. A few days later, there were actually a few grape seedlings growing in the yard. I happily shared this with my dad. Dad, your student is so amazing. He actually grew grapes from my grape seeds. He sighed helplessly. Sweetie, have you ever seen anyone grow grapes from seeds? That's a cutting from the mother plant Qingxiao experimented with last year. There aren't many of them, and he even moved one over for you. This kid is really too honest. I only remember that the grapes that grew were big and red, and they tasted better than any I had eaten before. I tasted the grapes my mother-in-law had washed, and the flavor was exactly the same as back then. Not an industrial sweetness, but with a hint of sourness, full of grape flavor. Did Qingxiao grow these himself too? I asked my mother-in-law. Yes, you can go pick from our fields. There's everything this season: grapes, apples, peaches, they're all ripe. Do you have a lot of land at home? I was curious. Oh, so much. Qingxiao has leased the land from several nearby villages. We have grains, vegetables, fruits, you name it. If you're bored at home, you can go to our fields and take a look. When my mother-in-law said that, I became even more curious. I planned to go for a walk after finishing my meal. It wasn't until I washed up and looked in the mirror that I realized I had gone out to look for the dog still in my pajamas, without washing my face or combing my hair, and had wandered around the village. The loose pajamas revealed the marks on my neck and knees quite clearly, recalling the scenes from last night. I felt both embarrassed and angry. Lu Qingxiao always seemed so proper, but once he took off his clothes, it was like he became a completely different person. I changed into fresh clothes, paired them with a suitable bag, styled my hair, and applied light makeup. This time, I finally stepped out looking beautiful. For over 20 years, this was the first time I had ever seen the fields of the countryside, the boundless golden rice fields, vast cornfields, bright red apples, golden pears, glistening purple grapes, vibrant and colorful villagers move among them, tractors busy shuttling between the fields and the village, laughter echoing in the fields. Hey sister-in-law, why are you in the fields? The blonde guy was the first to spot me, riding a small motorcycle, just out for a stroll. Nothing better to do, I greeted him. Thanks to you and Xiao Jia today, and everyone in the village, I never expected everyone to be so eager to help me find my dog. The blonde guy waved it off casually. Brother Xiao is well liked. If anything happens at your place, the whole village will definitely pitch in. I'm very curious, why is that? Brother Xiao's work in agriculture has made everyone's lives better. Our village used to be very poor, but now that Brother Xiao's business is growing bigger and bigger, he has helped our entire county shake off the label of poverty. I'm a bit shocked. Is Lu Qingxiao really that impressive? In the past, I only heard others say he was some kind of wealthy farmer who only knew how to farm. I had the narrow-minded belief that farming couldn't earn much money. Don't you know your own man? The blonde guy retorted. I suddenly felt a bit awkward. The blonde guy shouted again toward the distance. Brother Xiao, your wife is here to see you. He had a loud voice. Not only did Lu Qingxiao hear it, but the workers couldn't help but look over as well. Lu Qingxiao drove out of the cornfield on a tractor, pulling a full cart of corn kernels. He was quite surprised to see me. He quickly turned off the engine and got off the tractor. Gigi, what brings you here? The late autumn season was already a bit chilly, yet he was only wearing a black short-sleeved shirt and was sweating profusely. I was bored staying at home. I took a tissue from my bag to wipe the sweat off his face. His face flushed a little as he took it directly. I can wipe it myself. Lu Qingxiao, you're amazing. You actually know how to drive a tractor. Lu Qingxiao didn't say anything, but the blonde guy squatting by the field couldn't stop laughing. I'm not your sister-in-law. What? Farmer doesn't know how to drive a tractor. Ha ha ha, you really know how to flatter someone. Ha ha. I was momentarily speechless. Lu Qingxiao shot him a cold glare. If you have nothing better to do, go work. Alright, I'll go drive the tractor. The combine harvester in the field was working methodically, and in no time, entire rows of corn stalks were being pulverized. I was somewhat mesmerized by the sight. In the movies I used to watch, harvesting corn was always done by hand. This is really impressive. Nowadays, it's all mechanized. After the harvester passes through, the corn is directly shelled, and the stalks are returned to the field as fertilizer. He explained, it's noisy here, and there's a lot of dust. Let me take you somewhere else to walk around. He stood up, and I followed behind him. We walked one in front of the other, a meter apart. Just last night we were so close, and now it's like we don't know each other. Lu Qingxiao, why aren't you holding my hand? My hands are dirty, he explained. I took out a wet wipe from my bag and forcefully cleaned his hands. Now they're not dirty. He cleared his throat lightly. Gigi, there are too many people outside. It doesn't look good. Is he actually feeling embarrassed now? I wonder who was acting like a madman last night, refusing to stop no matter how many times I begged him. Putting on clothes during the day makes it feel like a whole different person. I glared at him and let out an annoyed huff. He glanced around like a thief, then quietly took my hand. Gigi, don't be upset. I grit my teeth and smile. The fields on both sides of the road are filled with people working, and when they see us pass by, they can't help but tease us a bit. Qingxiao brought his wife out. She's really beautiful. They even hold hands when going out. The couple's really in love. Yes, no wonder Qingxiao has been grinning from ear to ear these past few days. Exactly. The boss is full of energy now. He nodded sheepishly, and I awkwardly tried to pull my hand away. He took me around several orchards, and we picked a full basket of fruit. Fresh fruit juices are abundant, carrying a natural flavor, completely different from what was bought in the supermarket. Before passing by several greenhouses, my curiosity was even more piqued. Lu Qingxiao, what's growing over there? In this greenhouse, we're growing strawberries. The seedlings have just been planted, and they'll bear strawberries by winter. I gaze at the lush green seedlings, taking various photos. Wow, this can actually grow strawberries. How amazing. That greenhouse is for strawberry tomatoes, a newly researched variety, sweet in taste, meant to be eaten as fruit. He picks one, washes it clean, and hands it to me. I took a bite and exclaimed, this tomato is so delicious. Over there are several greenhouses, where roses are planted, and they'll be in bloom soon. I carried a small vegetable basket and looked around, feeling that everything was so magical. Lu Qingxiao, you're amazing. I never knew farming could be so interesting. He felt a bit embarrassed by my praise. If you like it, come and play. Suddenly, I understand a little why Haha wants to run outside every day. It turns out the outside world is so much fun. The blonde guy drove past on a tractor, and as he passed us, he couldn't hold back his laughter. What are you laughing at? I glared at him. I'm not laughing. He tried hard to restrain himself. You're laughing. I was born to laugh. He couldn't hold it in any longer. Not sister-in-law. Are people and dogs from big cities like you so ignorant? Ha ha ha. What do you mean? Are you calling us bumpkins? It wasn't until Lu Qingxiao gave him a sharp look that he shut up. I looked at the noisy tractor and couldn't help myself again. Lu Qingxiao, I want to drive a tractor. Ah, he was a bit confused. I think it's really interesting. You teach me. It should be quite simple, right? Just like driving a manual car. He hesitated, then said, well, more or less, then I'm definitely capable. My driving skills are excellent. I was eager to give it a try and immediately sat down. He patiently taught me step by step how to start the engine, shift gears, and use the accelerator. I thought it was very simple and felt full of confidence. After a series of maneuvers, he ended up driving into a ditch in the end. Several villagers worked together to push it out. The villagers chattered away, saying all sorts of things. Oh, Qingxiao's wife, with your delicate skin and tender flesh, how could you possibly handle the work of us farmers? Yes, how could a child from the big city handle farm work? Didn't Xiao Jia come from the big city too? And he's a college student, yet he's still well versed in farm work, isn't he? The boss's wife married into the countryside and isn't at all spoiled. Instead of staying home as a rich lady, she even learned to drive a tractor in the fields. How wonderful. Qingxiao's family, you can drive with confidence. If you fall into the ditch again next time, we'll push you out again. I felt both amused and helpless. Lu Qingxiao, they are all so adorable, and those aunties at the village entrance, they actually rallied the whole village to help me find my dog today. Lu Qingxiao smiled and gently stroked my hair as he told me, those aunties have watched me grow up. When I got into university, my dad had a cerebral hemorrhage and became paralyzed at home. We owed a lot of debt. It was the villagers of Lu Jiazwang who donated money to help me pay for my tuition. I had only heard from my dad that his family's circumstances were tough, but I didn't realize it was this difficult. Is that why you chose to build your hometown after graduating? He nodded. These people, straightforward in speech, are all simple and kind-hearted. I gradually grew to like life in the fields. These days, I'm slowly getting the hang of driving the tractor, and I'm becoming more familiar with the farm work every day. After working in the fields for a while, listening to everyone's laughter and joy, my mood improves significantly. Here, there are no messy power struggles, no body or appearance anxiety, just a comfortable and pleasant life. When I have some free time and scroll through my phone, I unexpectedly come across the latest entertainment hot topics. Hashtag Suji's tragic situation. Hashtag netizens encounter Suji in the countryside. Hashtag Suji's mental breakdown. Hashtag. Someone posted a tweet, "Is this Suji?" I ran into her in the countryside, and she looks just like her. It was a video of me just waking up, wearing pajamas, and searching for my dog by the roadside, laughing hysterically. The description from the marketing account left me completely stunned. Recently, a netizen encountered Suji in the countryside. After leaving the entertainment industry, Suji appeared disheveled, haggard, covered in scars, walking unsteadily, and behaving strangely, suggesting possible mental instability. The comment section quickly filled with onlookers. Is this really Suji? Looking at the mole at the corner of her eye, it's definitely her. What's wrong with Suji? Laughing weirdly at the air non-stop. It's really scary, with her haggard face and all those injuries, plus this strange behavior. She must be on drugs. No wonder she quit the industry and hid in the countryside. I read through the comments, thinking of the main culprit, and my anger surged when Lu Qingxiao returned home. His mother quietly pulled him aside. Gigi seemed a bit upset today. Did you make her angry? He thought for a moment. I don't think so. Who else could it be if not you? Her mother-in-law scolded him with frustration. You should try to coax her properly. What if she decides not to stay with you anymore? If you don't know how to coax someone, just look it up online. No, kneel down to her. Lu Qingxiao entered the room, completely confused. Gigi, what happened today? I huffed and showed him the trending Weibo post. Someone in your village took a photo of me and posted it online. He focused intently for a while but didn't say anything. What do you think? I asked him. I'm thinking, who posted that Weibo? Very few people in the village follow entertainment stars. Even if they do, how could anyone connect a village bride with the celebrity Suji? Since the other party took a photo of you, they must know you're looking for a dog. But when the gossip media deliberately misinterpreted it, they didn't even bother to explain. Moreover, a newly registered account can have such high traffic, which is highly abnormal. How did he think so quickly? I originally thought it was just some curious villager who posted it, but after Lu Qingxia's analysis, I suddenly felt that this matter might not be as simple as it seemed. It doesn't matter anymore. I've already left the industry, and news is just temporary. If I don't respond, people will stop paying attention. In a few days, responding would only attract more attention, and then some paparazzi might come to the village to stake out, which would be even more troublesome. Let people say whatever they want online. After all, my scandals are already all over the place, but seeing the news getting more and more attention still makes me so angry I want to hit someone. Lu Qingxiao, it's all your fault. What do you mean? Covered in wounds, stumbling along, and haha, I'm going to kill it. My image has been completely ruined by you all. He coaxed me by gently pulling my hand. I'm sorry, don't be mad, next time I'll be gentler. I glared at him fiercely. Is that all? Is this how he tries to appease someone? Then he took me to a gold shop. As soon as we entered, he asked, do you have gold bars? Yes, sir, we have 20G and 50G. How many would you like? He calmly said, give me 1 Jean, one caddy. He nodded and looked down at me, asking, is that enough? I was momentarily struck speechless by his combination of rustic simplicity and extravagance. He thought I was dissatisfied, so he bought 5 more gold bracelets. Gigi, are you feeling better now? Much better. Only when I was carrying the heavy gold out the door did I finally ask him, Lu Qingxiao, just how much money do you have? He spent the entire afternoon detailing all the properties and income under his name. All of these are ours. It should be enough for you to spend. I was stunned for a long time. In addition to agricultural planting, he is also involved in multiple chains such as product processing, sales, and supply. This has also extended into multiple sectors such as ecological agriculture, tourism, and catering. With nearly 10,000 employees in the company, can't you afford to buy yourself a few new outfits with all your money? And that suit for the wedding didn't even fit. It's a waste to wear such nice clothes when I'm working every day, and that wedding suit cost over 1,000 yuan. I was speechless. Standard sizes definitely won't fit your build, you'll need custom tailoring. I dragged him along and, despite his objections, bought several sets of clothes and had a well-fitting suit tailored for him. Lu Qingxiao, with all the money you have, why do you still spend every day out in the fields? It's a habit. I come from a farming background and studied agriculture. I just feel more at ease keeping an eye on the food that ends up on people's tables. He Explained. I took a look and found that besides that, he also has multiple industrial investments, making a fortune. What a crude tycoon. Clearly, he's a business genius. Have you ever made a loss in your investments? I asked him. There have been some, like investing in movies a few years ago. Which movies? I became even more curious. He cleared his throat lightly. The ones you starred in. I was speechless. A few years ago, I was lucky enough to land a few leading roles, but as soon as they were released, they flopped. I was jokingly called by netizens as box office poison and beautiful but useless. Since childhood, I've had a dream of becoming a star. In school, I was called the school beauty, naively believing that I could really become a celebrity. Only when I actually entered that circle did I realize there were too many rules, both overt and covert. I considered myself noble and disdainful of stooping low. Moreover, back then I had a boyfriend, Hanwei, with whom I had a great relationship. Although the company didn't allow us to go public, we were practically in a semi-public status, and fans loved to indulge in our sweetness. My college best friend Suing has been doing much better than me, especially in the past 2 years, having landed 2 hit dramas and directly rising to become a rising star not long ago. She even won the Best Actress award for her new drama. I was genuinely happy for her, but then she turned around and publicly announced her relationship with Hanwei. The two claimed to have been in love for many years and deeply cherished each other. Fans were calling me all sorts of names: enemy honey, green tea mistress, attention seeker, endless hype. Overnight, my reputation was ruined. After years in the entertainment industry, apart from some empty adulation, it had all become utterly meaningless. After leaving the industry, I married Lu Qingxiao under my father's arrangement, and we moved away from the spotlight and the hustle and bustle of the city. Although there are many discomforts, everything here is very pure. I can eat meat heartily and freely roam through the fields, without anyone scrutinizing my every move under a magnifying glass. Plant the seeds, and as long as you work hard, the next year will yield a bountiful harvest. I don't want to pay attention to online comments, yet suddenly another trending topic about myself pops up. Hashtag Suji's husband. The energetic young man. Hashtag Suji. School flower to village beauty. Hashtag. It was still a newly registered small account that posted the Weibo. Seems like I ran into Suji and her husband. The accompanying photo was from a few days ago, showing me sitting on the back of a yellow-haired man's motorcycle, searching for a dog. The onlookers are buzzing with discussion. Did Suji marry a country bumpkin with yellow hair? This combination, yellow hair, trendy clothes, ripped jeans, and a big gold chain, feels like they could start twirling their hands in a flower pattern at any moment. It's too hard on the eyes. Suji was at least the school beauty. How did she end up with such an unsightly, spirited young man? I used to think Suji had a really ethereal aura, but now the school belle has turned into a village belle. She should go act in rural love stories. The internet is flooded with wave after wave of ridicule. I'm used to being scolded, but Huang Mao has become the biggest innocent victim. No. I finally managed to get into a scandal with a celebrity, so why am I the cow dung? I'm so handsome and charming, yet they call me a spiritual guy and say I'm ugly. Sister-in-law, those anti-fans of yours are truly inhuman. Before the blonde's wails had even subsided, another message from Hanwei arrived on the phone. Gigi, the thing with suing was arranged by the company. I had no choice. If I didn't do it, they wouldn't give me any resources. I know this has wronged you. Can you bear with it for now? Wait, once I'm successful, I'll definitely clear your name. I didn't respond to him, and he sent a few more messages. Gigi, are you there? I saw your news online. Where are you now? Gigi, can you reply to me? Me, farming in the countryside. Gigi, did you really run off to the countryside? Are the rumors online true? Are you okay now? I was getting really annoyed by his constant messages, so I threw my phone aside and ignored him. Before the screen even went dark, Lu Qingxiao came back. When Hanwei saw my phone, he sent another message. Tempting fate. Gigi, I miss you so much. I quickly covered my phone, nervously reaching for his hand. I explained, I haven't been in touch with him for a long time. I don't know why he suddenly contacted me. He gave a soft hum, his expression unchanging as he reminded me. He said he misses you. He's sick. I kissed his cheek. He showed no reaction. Lu Qingxiao, are you angry? No. I was speechless. After a few seconds of silence, he suddenly spoke. Do you like this kind of skinny dog? I was speechless. No, I was blind before, but now I only like you. I quickly assured him. I took out my phone again and replied, I'm married, stop harassing me, then dragged it into the blacklist. Is that okay now? not angry anymore. I held the face of a certain jealous person and kissed it again. He didn't react much, just gave a nonchalant, Then why don't you kiss me? So hard to coax. As soon as the words left his mouth, he suddenly moved in close. A barrage of kisses followed, and close scattered. I gradually found myself unable to resist. Lu Qingxiao, you can't kiss there. I was tormented until I kept begging for mercy, but he still wouldn't let me go. After it was over, I lay weakly nestled in his arms. His anger had subsided, and he finally knew how to comfort me. We've already sent someone to investigate who posted that on Weibo. He gently stroked my hair. Don't be angry, I yawned. I've already left the industry. I don't believe they can still find ways to smear me. I thought that as long as the parties involved didn't respond, the matter would just fizzle out. Unexpectedly, the next day, a media outlet interviewed Su Ying, and when my matter was brought up, she openly said, "Can some people have some self-respect, married themselves and still sending text messages to someone else's boyfriend late at night?" The reporter asked her, "So, is it true that the online rumors about Su Ji marrying into a rural area?" Su Ying said lightly, "It seems so." In an instant, a flood of curses poured into my various social media accounts. Such a green tea habitual mistress like Su Ji, married yet still trying to seduce Han Wei. Never seen such a shameless person. Her country bumpkin husband is just a farmer, compared to Han Wei. One is heaven and the other is earth. She must be unwilling. The recent behavior of laughing hysterically should be investigated by the relevant authorities. Disgraced celebrities should get out of the entertainment industry and go work on sewing machines. So disgusting. Can someone like Suji just die? I looked at the barrage of insults, so angry that I couldn't calm down for a long time. How can someone be so shameless as to distort the truth? I just couldn't hold back and turned on the live stream. The bullet screen exploded instantly. Wait, Suji actually started a live stream. How shameless, always trying to cling. Why hasn't Suji died yet? I chuckled at the camera. I was originally going to die, but halfway through hanging myself, I took my neck out again, a bit ticklish. Yo, isn't this Sioux Village's beauty? Where's your farmer husband? Oh, him, he's working in the fields. Is Suji really giving up completely, with no bottom line left? Can her live stream be banned? Don't let people like her keep milking the system. Suji must be having a tough time in the countryside now. Right, knowing you're not doing well puts my mind at ease. Yes, I'm having a tough time now. Life is trying to chew me up, but I've become so tender that I melt in the mouth. Next up, a day in the life of a faded actress married off to the countryside. Just as she finished speaking, a rooster crowed. I grabbed a kitchen knife and ran straight to the chicken coop. So you think you're the only one with a mouth? Huh, chattering away all day. You think I can't take care of you just because there's a net in the way? I tore off the net covering the chicken coop, grabbed the chicken, twisted its neck, and with a swift slash of the knife, it was dead in an instant. The live stream's chat suddenly fell into a deathly silence. I thought of an idiom called killing a chicken to warn the monkeys. No, what about those monkeys jumping up and down? Maybe they're feeling their own necks. No way, this scene is just too hilarious. Which glamorous female celebrity gets up early in the morning to kill a chicken? After finishing with the chicken, I took Haha out for a walk, passing by the village gossip hub. A group of aunties were huddled together, whispering about something. I tucked my hands into my sleeves, squeezed my way in, and grabbed a handful of sunflower seeds. "Auntie, what's the latest news again?" "Oh, let me tell you, yesterday in broad daylight, that woman from So-and-so's family and the bachelor from the East End, they were up to no good in the cornfield. When they were caught, their bottoms were completely bare." "Wow, that's explosive. You've come late, you don't know much. Let me tell you. Do you know the son from the Lee family? Word has it he's found himself a woman." "Oh, that woman has another lover too. She follows one on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, and another on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. TSK. Wow, who says the city is full of schemes? The drama in the countryside is more exciting than a novel." Just as I was happily enjoying the gossip, a few barks came from not far away. And suddenly Haha tugged me and started running. I stumbled to my feet and held onto the leash tightly. "Haha, slow down." It was running like crazy, and I frantically moved my legs, pulling the rope back with all my strength. "Haha, stop it." As a result, the more I said, the more energetic it became, and it directly broke free with a strong effort. I suddenly lost strength and slammed on the brakes. I landed on my butt with a thud, and the slippers on my feet slid right up to my ankles. Haha, now free from restraint, kept sprinting forward. The live stream chat went wild with laughter. Not me, what kind of scene is this? I'm laughing so hard the bed is shaking. Lessons learned from wearing slippers and walking a Siberian husky in the rain, soaked in tears. So Suji's dog is called Haha. And the news about her mental breakdown a few days ago was because she was looking for her dog. Haha's mischievous laughter suspected mental breakdown. I'm literally dying of laughter. I put in a lot of effort to put my shoes back in place and continued chasing the dog. Finally, I found Haha rolling around in the mud pit at the east end of the village with a group of stray dogs. My blood pressure instantly spiked. Haha, come here to me. This time it actually listened, dashing straight over and leaping onto me. It kept shaking its head and wagging its tail. In an instant, I felt as if I had rolled through a mud pit myself. Finally, one person, one dog, and a ground covered in mud splatters. I glanced at my phone screen and felt as if I had seen a ghost. Scared, I turned off the live stream. Not long after, the video of my live stream went viral. The comment section was buzzing. No way, I'm dying of laughter. The domestic entertainment industry couldn't produce a variety show this funny in 10 years. How did Suji manage to keep it engaging from start to finish? Seriously, how did Suji find such a niche category? I'm not a fan of anyone, nor do I understand who's right or wrong, but I genuinely love watching Suji's live streams. Sister Ji, please don't overwork yourself. But also don't let yourself rest too much, okay? Keep updating like crazy. You're my digital comfort food right now. After returning home and taking a shower, the iron pot stewed chicken my mother-in-law made was ready. I resumed my livestream. The chicken that was crowing wildly this morning is now out of the pot. Folks, it's a free-range chicken stewed in our own big iron pot over a wood fire, paired with hazel mushrooms and vermicelli. Oh my, it smells so good. I scooped up a piece of cornbread and started devouring it with the chicken. Oh my, it's so delicious. Slurp, slurp. The livestream was flooded with comments. It's no wonder I stumbled upon such a delicious livestream while slacking off at work. I'm drooling with desire. To be honest, stewed in an iron pot is truly aromatic. Watching Suji eat is really appetizing. The tension of the meal is fully maximized. How can she be so adorable? I used to think she was the kind of aloof goddess, but I didn't expect her to be so down-to-earth, eats deliciously, has a pretty face. I really want to have a daughter like her. After eating, I rode a small electric scooter straight to the field. First, I picked a few bunches of grapes, a few apples and peaches, and filled a small basket. Lying on the recliner in the orchard, happily starting to eat. Life in the countryside is just so simple and unadorned. Work paused. I want to go pick fruit. How do Suji's grapes look so delicious? If that big juicy peach gets into my mouth, I don't know how cheerful I'll be. Sister Ji, can you drop a link? After eating the fruit, we passed by the grain fields. Several villagers were harvesting corn, and the tractor was making a clattering sound. A yellow head was bobbing up and down. I shouted out, "Hey Blondie, let me drive the tractor." "Seriously, sis, don't drive it into a ditch." "Okay." He clutched the keys, looking a bit troubled. "Should I call Brother Xiao over? He's busy investigating the people smearing." "You, give it here." I snatched it away. "Isn't this the guy with the yellow hair who was rumored to be Suji's husband a few days ago?" He clearly called her sister-in-law. So which unscrupulous media outlet is spreading such nonsense, just basing it on a single photo and jumping to conclusions? Could it be that someone is deliberately targeting Suji? That day's news was also like that, where Suji was clearly looking for a dog but was written as being mentally unstable. The guy with the yellow hair just now also said someone was smearing Suji's reputation, and it feels like there might be a twist. I directly hopped onto the tractor. First time awkward, second time smooth. This time I easily took control. The golden corn kernels poured into the truck bed, bringing a sense of joy just by looking at them. I drove the tractor, ing through the fields. The number of people in the live stream kept increasing, and the chat was about to explode. "Not sis, are you this versatile? I must be dreaming." Seeing a female celebrity driving a tractor in the village for the first time, Suji now radiates a beauty full of vitality. What's with the obsession over pale, young, and skinny? This is the kind of idol I admire. In this field, Suji is practically unbeatable. Keep it up, Sister Ji. Please update faster. As the topic's popularity continued to rise, some netizens began digging into my past, and along with me, Suing and Han Wei were also thoroughly exposed. Why does it feel off to me? Before, Although Suji and Hanwei hadn't officially announced their relationship, it was obvious they were in a couple state. On the other hand, Suing and Hanwei hardly interacted at all. At the time, both sides' fans were unanimously scolding Suji. Why didn't anyone scold Hanwei? Even if Suji was the one interfering, Hanwei didn't avoid suspicion either. It seems he enjoyed the ambiguity. +1, he was lively during promotional events, but after the official announcement, he just went silent. And what about Suing? Since her boyfriend has been flirting with her best friend for so long, why should she eat that half-cooked rice and just keep scolding Suji? Don't be too submissive to men. After a round of scientific analysis, netizens swarmed to question Hanwei and Suing. Hanwei only posted, "I hope everyone focuses on my work rather than my private life." Netizens directly started cursing. Laughable. What work do you have? It's unclear who is right between Suji and Suing, but you are definitely a piece of trash, acting like a turtle from start to finish. Are you even a man? As for Suing, the studio only released a preview for a variety show. Let's Grow Together is airing hot. As a key contestant, what surprises will Ying bring? The comment section was buzzing with discussions. Where's the energy you had a few days ago when you were scolding Suji? Why are you now as quiet as a chicken? Can't you respond without dying? You farm and she farms. 2. Do you really love to imitate that much? Of course, large groups of fans quickly came to defend her. What should Ying respond to? From start to finish, she was the victim. So the green tea has been caught red-handed seducing her best friend's boyfriend, yet there are still so many brainless people defending her. That village belle is already married to a country bumpkin, yet she still shamelessly runs around. Can't she just be a good village woman? In the evening, Lu Qingxiao returned a bit late. I was sitting on the bed, thinking about what the blonde guy said during the day. The blonde guy said you're investigating the person behind the Weibo post. Yeah, I've got some leads. He changed his shoes and went to wash his face. Who is it? I was curious. It should be Jiaying. This answer, I found hard to believe at first. Xiao Jia. How come? She seems like a nice girl, cheerful and hardworking. As they were speaking, Lu Qingxiao's phone rang. Brother Xiao, someone has been spreading exaggerated versions of the old news about sister-in-law in the village, with the location set abroad, calling her a mistress and a green TB *TCH. Alright, I understand. His gaze sharpened. After hanging up, he quickly made another call. Caught her. The voice of Huang Mao came from the other side. Got her. Xiao Ge, it's Jiaying. She used an overseas IP to post by climbing over the wall. Who in the village would understand this stuff? Alright, we're on our way over. Lu Qingxiao grabbed my hand and hurriedly pulled me outside. By the time we arrived, Huang Mao and a few others had already detained Jiaying in the office. Her eyes were bloodshot, filled with what seemed like hatred. Lu Qingxiao glanced at her, his voice icy cold. Jiaying, I've treated you well, why did you harm my wife? She let out a bitter laugh, her eyes filled with resentment. Why, senior, I've liked you for 8 years, for you. I gave up the chance to work in a big city and came to the village to help you. I thought, with time, you would eventually notice me, but you turned around and married someone else. I couldn't accept that. Why, I gave so much for you, and in the end, I have nothing. Why can't you even look at me? Lu Qingxiao found it a bit amusing and retorted, you gave for me, you've worked by my side for so many years, and I've paid you 4 or 5 times the market rate, you have nothing. She bit her lip, tears streaming down her face, but this isn't what I wanted. Lu Qingxiao coldly stared at her, questioning her word by word. So, you secretly took photos of Suji to smear her online, and spread rumors to ruin his reputation, is that right? Jiaying trembled all over, suddenly stood up, and shouted, yes, it was all me. I contacted Suing, and she was the one pulling the strings behind the scenes. I was the one who posted her past news. I just wanted everyone to know what kind of person she is. After listening, Lu Qingxiao only calmly asked, did you get it all on camera? We got the whole thing. Xiao Ge, Huang Mao nodded. Contact HR, fire her immediately, then notify the lawyer to take her to court. Jiaying collapsed to the ground in an instant. Lu Qingxiao led me out by the hand and stroked my hair. Gigi, the truth will soon be out, and I won't let you suffer any injustice. This drama is really getting more and more interesting. As we passed the village entrance, several aunties were chatting while sitting on small stools after finishing their meals. Oh, Qingxiao, out for fun with your wife again. We had just laughed and exchanged greetings when suddenly, a car came speeding straight towards me. Lu Qingxiao reacted quickly. He swiftly extended his arm, yanking me forcefully into his embrace, his voice trembling uncontrollably. Gigi. There was only the sound of a sharp screech of brakes. I'm fine, Lu Qingxiao. While I was still sitting on the ground, dazed, several aunties had already pinned the person down. It's you again, you little wretch. Qingxiao has been so good to you, and you go and harm his wife. Lu Qingxiao finally recognized it was Jiaying. His eyes instantly turning bloodshot, he lunged forward in a single stride, grabbing Jiaying by the collar. Seeing the situation turn sour, the others quickly pulled him back. Qingxiao, calm down, don't resort to violence. Hitting someone is against the law. Yes, it's not worth it for someone like that. Listen, let go quickly. Several older women kept urging him. Yes, you let go, we'll handle it. Several people scrambled to pull him away. Immediately after, they turned around and started wildly attacking Jiaying. They specifically targeted visible areas to hit. Their combat prowess was so intense that it left me utterly stunned. Jiaying was bruised and battered, on the verge of a breakdown. I'm calling the police. She called 911, after the police arrived and understood the situation. They immediately ordered, take her away. Jiaying, this is intentional assault, the surveillance footage shows it clearly. Then, looking at the several elderly women who had been hitting people, they found themselves in a dilemma. Grandmothers, each of you is in your 70s or 80s, why did you hit someone? Don't you know that hitting people is illegal? Yes, we understand, but we are just a group of righteous old ladies. Several of them nodded repeatedly. One elderly woman put her hands on her hips and spoke with righteous indignation. Although we talk a lot, our hearts are not black. We wouldn't do anything that repays kindness with ingratitude. The police side, even so, you'll have to come with me. Sure, we haven't been to the police station yet, so it's all inclusive, right? As a result, 3 had heart attacks and 5 had high blood pressure on the way, causing them to turn back and be sent right back. The variety show, Let's Farm Together, officially begins recording. When the host announced the special guest, Lu Qingxiao and I appeared hand in hand in front of the camera. Suing looked utterly incredulous. The gossip-loving crowd instantly flooded in. Oh my god, the show actually invited Su Ji and her husband. What kind of bizarre drama is this? The show has no bottom line when it comes to chasing clout. Can a disgraced artist like this really make a comeback? There's going to be a good show. Fight. Isn't Su Ji's husband supposed to be a farmer from the countryside? This looks and physique absolutely outshine a lot of male stars in the entertainment industry. To be honest, compared to him, Han Wei is completely outclassed. Hey upstairs, one is a farmer, the other is a star. Is there even a basis for comparison? Suing quickly regained her composure and greeted us with a friendly wave. Hello, Mr. Lu. I used to be very good friends with Su Ji. May I ask what you do for a living now? Lu Qingxiao's expression remained calm and composed. I'm a farmer. Suing hadn't expected him to be so straightforward. Oh, so Ji, you really married a farmer? Suing pretended to be surprised as she looked at me. I glanced at her indifferently. Chairman Mao said that the working people are the most glorious. So, does our big star Su discriminate against farmers? Suing was startled and quickly denied. How could I? I just think that the two of you have a bit of a gap. And I myself come from a rural background, so how could I discriminate against farmers? Seeing this, the host quickly stepped in to save the situation. Then Ying will have to show off a bit later. It's the harvest season now, and the villagers are all busy gathering the crops, so let's get going. The camera switched, and they were in the cornfield. Suing didn't hesitate. Without a word, she started picking corn from the field. Her movements were skilled and efficient. Unafraid of dirt or fatigue, she shed her idle baggage, directly carrying burlap sacks, one after another, to transport them out. Netizens began to heap praise. Su Ying's movements show she's clearly experienced at this. No fuss, no fear of hard work, truly worthy of someone from the countryside. This is the real child of the working people, never forgetting their roots, unlike some people, who make a big show out of the slightest bit of work, just to grab attention. Lu Qingxiao and I couldn't help but shake our heads as we watched Suing working with great enthusiasm. We exchanged a glance and officially started working. He drove a harvester directly to the field, and as the vehicle passed, the corn stalks were crushed into pieces, and the corn was directly shelled. I drove a tractor, working in coordination with him to load the harvested grain directly onto the truck and transport it out of the field. No way, this has me stunned. what kind of art style is this? One driving a harvester and the other a tractor. This is way too cool. The operation is so smooth. Quick, screenshot this. This couple avatar is just perfect. Way too stylish. I got hooked watching Sister G drive the tractor. In this regard, she's forever the goat. A plot of land was harvested in a flash. In contrast, Suing was still crunching away at the corn cobs. Su Ji, you harvest grain like this? Lu Qingxiao asked her in exasperation. The country is developing, and mechanized farming has long been implemented in agriculture. Isn't that clear to Miss Su, who comes from a rural background? Suing felt a bit awkward. I always help my parents harvest corn like this at home. Lu Qingxiao chuckled lightly. Then Miss Su probably hasn't been back to her hometown in a long time, has she? One should never forget their roots. After speaking, she reminded her again. Oh right, the corn you picked needs to be shelled, otherwise it can't be sold. So next, Suing sat alone at the edge of the field, grunting as she twisted the corn. The crowd of onlookers grew larger. I'm from the countryside, and I can confirm that except for particularly remote areas, we all use harvesters for autumn harvesting. I remember Suing previously said her parents were university professors, but now she admits they're farmers. What, is being a farmer embarrassing? To be honest, it feels like Suing is trying a bit too hard. Watching her twist corn cobs is both pitiful and amusing. After harvesting the cornfield, Lu Qingxiao brought in a plow and turned the soil over. Then he drove the seed drill and planted wheat. I had never seen it before and was very curious. Lu Qingxiao, don't we usually plant crops in the spring? If we plant now, won't it freeze to death by the time winter snow comes? He laughed and explained to me, this is winter wheat. The heavier the snow, the better it grows, because heavy snow can increase soil moisture and kill pests. The saying, a timely snow promises a good harvest, is based on this principle. You know so much. The bullet screen also became lively. For the first time, I find men who can farm so charming. At this moment, Su Ji's eyes are filled with stars. Work paused. I want to go farming, school is on hold, and I want to go farming. No, are some people really that ignorant? Which farmer doesn't know how to farm? Just an uneducated and ignorant farmer. Some people should eat some fine bran. We finished planting the wheat, and Suing only arrived later. Mr. Lu, you really know how to farm, she complimented Lu Qingxiao in a friendly manner. But he showed no reaction. Then she asked sarcastically, Gigi used to be a delicate young lady, she probably wouldn't endure hardship here with you, would she? Lu Qingxiao frowned and bluntly retorted, the founding of New China was precisely to enable the broad masses of people to live a good life. Demanding that others endure hardship goes against the will of the party and the people. Are you trying to turn back the wheels of history? Suing was left speechless by Lu Qingxiao's retort. I didn't, we used to be very good friends. Oh really? Then why isn't it like that now? Lu Qingxiao chuckled and asked her in return. Because of my boyfriend. Lu Qingxiao's gaze paused, full of disgust. Speaking of your boyfriend, please tell Miss Su to convey to him not to harass a married woman. What? Impossible. How could Hanwei? Su Ying's eyes were already flustered. Lu Qingxiao didn't say a word, directly showing the screenshot of that day's record. Suing flatly denied. Impossible. This image is fake. Lu Qingxiao chuckled and played the video of Jia Ying directly, shot yesterday. Is this also fake? Su Ying's face turned pale, her lips trembling, wanting to say something but unable to refute. Miss Su, you stand on my land, earn the money I provide, and gossip about my wife. Do you think I'm dead? The live stream chat has exploded. Quick hands have already screenshotted that chat record. Su Ji is not the third party at all. Hanwei abandoned Su Ji for resources. Su Ji has been carrying this blame for so long. How does Suing still have the nerve to turn the tables? So disgusting. Suing and Hanwei, each one more disgusting than the other. Netizens are buzzing with discussions. After being publicly humiliated on the spot, Suing was forced to log off amid a barrage of criticism. There were many onlookers among the villagers of Lu family village. The elderly woman at the village entrance, agile and swift, rushed straight to the front and began throwing vegetable leaves at Suing. In our territory, you dare to bully our village's daughter-in-law. Shameless. In the past, you and that dog man would both be drowned in the pond. After throwing, he declared to the camera, our quality is low, and the actions represent only the individual, not our village. The show instantly became a hit, with several trending topics gaining increasing attention. Hashtag Suing Hanwei collapse hashtag Su Ying's show gets thrown vegetables hashtag. The comment section saw More and more onlookers joining in. Wow, what's all this commotion? It's so thrilling to watch. Su-ing, don't run away. Where's that scumbag Hanwei? Everyone, come out and apologize to Su-ji. And you trolls, why are you all so quiet now? Want to sponsor a basket of rotten eggs for the ladies and throw them hard at that despicable couple. Meanwhile, the topic #husband of Su-ji hashtag is also trending higher. Sister-in-law's brother-in-law fiercely protects his wife. Truly A-level explosive. Feels like the brother-in-law isn't an ordinary person. Of course not ordinary. All that land over there belongs to Su-ji's husband, sponsoring this entire program. Wait, isn't he a farmer? Even farmers can be wealthy tycoons. Later, someone unknown posted, what a nouveau riche, he is Lu Qingxiao, the city's outstanding youth, a major taxpayer, just joining the fun. Isn't this our senior? Those who say he's uneducated, please open your eyes wide and look clearly. He's a prestigious university master's graduate, a big shot with multiple first-authored SCI papers, passing by as a villager from Lu village. Why do those aunties defend Brother Xiao so much? After graduation, he went straight back to the countryside, picked up a hoe, and started farming, leading the villagers to prosperity. The industries under his name have provided jobs for thousands of people, allowing the villagers to live a good life. He is our hero. Yes, we used to rely entirely on the weather for our livelihood. The land there was barren, the climate unpredictable, and the crops were monotonous and scarce. Every household was dirt poor. He could have had a decent, high-paying job, but he chose to return to the village, pick up a hoe, and pursue modern agriculture, turning the desert into an oasis. Brother Xiao is now worth so much, yet he hasn't bought a villa in the city, nor does he own luxury cars or private jets. He still wears the simplest clothes every day, buries himself in the field studying crops, and building up our hometown. If anyone dares to slander him, I'll be the first to curse them to death. As I read through the comments one by one, for some reason, my eyes grew teary. Suddenly, I remembered how, before the wedding, I was utterly unwilling and angry that my father had gone through so much trouble to choose a farmer for me to marry, but Dad said, others are speculative businessmen, while he is doing something great for the country and the people. Now, I finally understand the significance of it all. After participating in the program, Su-ing was exposed to multiple scandals, and her image completely collapsed overnight. Fans turned against her, endorsements were withdrawn, and her new drama was indefinitely shelved. Hanwei was not spared either. Facing the media, he cried bitterly, I had no choice. Gigi, not acknowledging our relationship in public is the thing I regret most in my life. I forced a smile, feeling utterly humiliated. You can curse me and slander me, but please, I beg you, don't ever say we were together. I can't bear the shame. Some relationships really make you feel like you'll never hold your head up again. Meeting Su-ing again was at an industry banquet, where she was fawning over a certain director. The artists who once flattered her now have completely different faces. I heard that guy is incredibly perverted in bed. Su-ing is really going all out for her comeback. As I passed by her, I glanced at her sideways and said nothing. She let out a cold laugh. Su-ji, stepping on me, you must be very pleased now, right? To be honest, I never wanted to be friends with you. Why is it that I work harder than you? I'm prettier than you, yet I can't compete with you for anything. I'm not willing to accept this. Back in school, it was me who liked Hanwei, but he used me to chase after you. When you graduated, a director approached you to play the leading lady, while I could only rely on your charity to play a maid. I have no background, so I have to climb up step by step on my own. I know how much I've sacrificed for everything, while you just got lucky, married Lu Qingxiao, and that's how you got your chance to turn things around. I quietly watched her, smiling instead of being angry. Su-ing, in your second year after graduation, you went to that producer's room. I know about it. Suddenly hit with a sore spot, her face turned pale. Why didn't I expose you? Because I respect your choices and don't want to stand on a moral high ground to judge anyone. But from that moment on, I understood that we couldn't be friends anymore. You're right, I am luckier than you, because those with ill intentions cannot have good fortune. After everything was settled, I was almost overwhelmed by the constant urging from netizens to update. When the roses in the flower room bloomed, I started a live stream. The rose garden was like a sea of vibrant colors. Outside, the autumn wind was chilly, but inside, the flowers bloomed in splendid clusters. Lu Qingxiao was busy inside with several villagers. The live stream chat was filled with admiration. Oh my, what kind of paradise is this? It's so beautiful. Can you send me the location? I really want to check it out. The climate and soil in Lujiazwang are both unsuitable for growing flowers. Brother-in-law is amazing. Truly a big shot in the field of agriculture. I wandered through the flower beds, looking here and touching there. Gigi, don't touch that, Lu Qingxiao reminded me. Be careful not to prick your hands with the thorns. Which one do you want? I'll cut it for you. I stood at the edge of the field, overwhelmed by the dazzling array of choices. I want an orange Barbie, another hibiscus, please. Wow, there are actually green roses here. In no time, she was holding a full bouquet of flowers. Lu Qingxiao, everyone is curious about how you managed to grow roses so well. He skillfully removed the thorns from the flower stems. This is the new generation of hybrid plants we're experimenting with this year. They are drought-resistant, highly frost-tolerant, and the flowers are larger. Viewers in the live stream chat were shouting, Sister Gardenia, please put up the little yellow cart. I really want one. Boss lady, you've got this massive wave of traffic. Grab it quick, start selling. Put up links for all your good stuff. Okay, Sister G, even if you're selling pesticide, I'd buy a bottle to give my ex-boyfriend a taste. I looked at the comments one by one, then turned to ask Lu Qingxiao. Hey, do you need me to help you sell stuff live? He was taken aback. No need, that's not the work you should be doing. Then what should I do? He smiled and raised his hand to pat my head. Count the money. The barrage exploded instantly. No, I was suddenly fed a mouthful of dog food. This head pat is perfect. He's super loving and doting, sweet enough to give me a toothache. Indeed, only real couples are the best. This size difference. It feels like I could lift Sister G with one hand and fight 300 rounds, suddenly imagining a novel about a spoiled big star versus a domineering rough guy. Is there any substitute for this? Must be in a well-developed area. After finishing the work in hand, Lu Qingxiao accompanied me home. My dad was finally satisfied with me for once. Art should be down to earth, only then will the people love it. He also earnestly educated me. Labor is the most glorious. Upon hearing that Lu Qingxiao was present, many people came to visit, including classmates who had once looked down on him. Attitudes have now completely changed. Junior sister, is Qingxiao available now? There's a project I'd like to discuss with him about cooperation. It seems he really isn't available right now. He was in the backyard, trimming the branches of the grapevines and taking measures to protect them from the cold, just like the young man in faded clothes from back then, standing tall, neither humble nor overbearing, my mother kept praising. Beside me, oh, Gigi, look at Qingxiao, he's so capable. I felt a bit proud. He is quite capable. He looked up at me, the corners of his mouth curling into a clearly meaningful smile. I blushed and pinched his arm. I just meant it literally. Don't overthink it. After marriage, I spent most of my time freely in the countryside and rarely took on any more roles. Accidentally landed a role I liked, and unexpectedly won an award that day, when someone dressed in that custom-made suit sat in the audience, staring straight at me. My heart seemed to skip a beat. Too flashy. Can only wear it for myself from now on. The camera always lingers on him from time to time. We see Suji's husband has also arrived at the scene. The host teased me and asked, can you describe what kind of person he is? I smiled and said, he is someone who plants roses in the desert. After hearing the story above, what are your thoughts? Feel free to share your opinions in the comments section. Looking forward to hearing from you. If you liked this story, don't forget to like it, share it, and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.